Hello and welcome back. And the last time I made a review about the Schwinn bike was about a year ago. And after a year of using it, I want to tell you about all the issues I'm having with this bike and if this is the Peloton alternative that you should get for yourself or if it's not. Let's find out in this video review. The first thing we have here is this bike, and after I got this bike I was like, yeah, this is the ultimate better bike than the Peloton. And here's why. Simply, it was cheaper. It didn't have this onboard computer that I didn't like. And of course, the cheapest is one of the main reasons I got this. But above all, I didn't want to get the pedals that had this thing on them. So here is the biggest issues that I have with it after 1 year later and why I actually don't recommend it for you to get. So the first issue is the obvious, the weights in the water bottle over here that used to be here. I got rid of it, I took it out. See the weights over there. I really don't use the weights. I don't think the weight should even be part of a bike. If you're doing cardio, you should do cardio, not weight training. Now the next thing that I have is this right here. So we have this meter, which is good. It's not bad, but the worst part is right here. No batteries. It's only powered by either you moving your feet, which turns it on, and two, it has to be plugged into the wall, which is super annoying, which is why mine is off almost all the time. Now the next part that I was having with is the pedals, and this is a big thing. This is the big deal breaker for some. As you can see right here, where is the pedal? It broke. Let me continue with the pedals here. I don't know if any of you guys can help me out, and I have the tool wrench over there. And the thing is, they sent me the replacement parts right here. It took over a month to get this part. And it's not even the whole thing. I didn't even get the other part like this. But there was no tool to remove this. And you sent me those things right here too. And the problem I'm having, and I have with this, first of all, it sometimes does this when you move this, it makes squeaking sound. Which was fine. It's not the biggest issue here, but the biggest one is this. And it seems to be pretty common with this bike. So this is one of the reasons why a Peloton would have been so much better, because it wouldn't have happened with the Peloton, and two, they would probably send a technician over to your place to fix this, whereas I have to do this all manual. And here's the biggest problem. Right here. The threads. They go ahead, create a bike, and yet they make something cheap in it, like super cheap. The threads inside here, right inside here, actually are made so cheap that it ripped apart. It actually broke, and they came with it. They came out of it. Meaning that this cannot be put back in here. Not to say it cannot actually be put totally back in here. I mean, it can. But you know what's going to happen when you do this, when you put this back in, because it's missing a few of them? It snaps out. And it's extremely dangerous. It's actually like, phew, and it snaps and it just falls down, and you might fall with it as well. So why would you actually make almost perfect bike and yet totally go cheap on the threads here that break off? And then, to make it even matters worse, it's almost impossible to remove this part, which makes it, and actually at this point it's impossible. I can't get this part off, and until I get this part off I can't pedal, and I'm still waiting to hear from them what to do. So that's basically some of the biggest complaints I have about this bike. So you might actually ask, what else? I mean, since we are already at the complaints stage. First, it's very heavy, but the next thing is this right here, which is the speedometer. I mean the brake. I don't know what you call it. Most likely this is the tension knob. That's exactly what it's called. So the tension knob is how hard you're going to be using this. And the biggest problem I have with the tension knob is that I have to use it at the lowest setting, because the hardest setting is just very, very hard. And there is like nothing in between. There is no soft. And it's nothing like you roll and you use this on a normal bike. This is metallic brake, and it's using magnetic resistance to make it harder, which is nothing like a regular bike that you put in when you just roll. You just use a magnetic resistance. And the biggest difference between them is simply that with the magnetic resistance, it just makes it so much harder for you to roll the bike. And that's why I'm using the low setting. And it also doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like an actual real bike that I'm using. It feels like something different. And because of that, I just can't recommend this. I just think that if you're getting something like this, you might as well just put a little bit more money and get the Peloton, because this thing is just having issues. The issues is just too many issues for something this expensive. I wasn't expecting it. And now, not only I'm out of the money, I can't really use it anymore because of this biggest problem of removing that. Other than that, it's alright. It's not as good as I expected. It doesn't give me the cardio workout I wanted. And I really think that if you're on the fence, save up your money and get a Peloton. That is my opinion. I really think it's just such a better bicycle. It gives you a screen to look at, which this doesn't even have it. And it's a little bit smaller frame as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you made a decision, and you can watch right in the video below my first review of the Peloton replacement, which was the IC4. And what you think of this? Let me know down below if you have the same issue, and what you think I should be doing with this as well. Thank you so much, and hopefully I earned a thumbs up, and if I did, make sure you smash it, and see you in another video of this channel. And please subscribe if you did enjoy the video itself.